like it.
Welcome to the Car Sim and Race Driver Show with me, Hugh Hatrick. Thanks for bearing with us. We had a few technical issues there, trying to get everything up and running, but we are now sorted out and ready to go. And you're joining us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and also on Podbean. And of course, as always, my co-commentator and special guest is Roo Marr.
Hello!
It's great to see you. Yeah, it's great. Very, very good. I was helping Josh Martin earlier today on his GT3 race around the Newburgh Ring. For that was the eSports. Is it ERS Sports? What's the one? Oh, it's gone straight out of my head. But the ERS Sports GT3 race, which was very good. Unfortunately, had a bit of a bump very near the beginning of the race, and that unfortunately ruined it for him there. But he had to kind of come through the field. But he did end up, I think, round about 23rd, unless there were any other penalties added. Similarly, there were going to be 30 minutes worth of stewards' inquiries at the end of the race. That was a 60 minute. Yeah, it was quite a thing. So it was quite. I know it's more than a Formula One. There's so many bumps and people spinning off and different things. But Josh's accident was really unfortunate.
30 minutes for an electronic race. It's not like that.
Oh, yeah. The race only lasted 60 minutes.
Footage from it's like there.
Yeah, it's right there. But of course, tonight we are going to be commentating and having our general banter all about it's the F1 Heinikin Challenge with David Coulthard,
DC,
and Nico Rosberg. So they're ready with their sim rigs ready to go. And we're watching this actually this week on Twitch. We've managed to get it sorted out on Twitch, but we're just making sure that we don't have the sound from Twitch. I think possibly
you can turn the sound off on the screen in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, my sound is off, but I think I can hear yours.
No, my sound is off too. You can possibly hear you talking because I'm not plugged in.
That might
I'm on an open mic. Do you want me to do something about that?
There we go. No, that's fine. But it's been we've had an awful lot of new listeners to our podcast channel, which is fantastic, which is on. So thank you very much to all our new listeners and to all our viewers as well on YouTube. It's great to have you with us, and it's fantastic you're subscribing to the show and sharing the channels. It's great to see the whole thing grow. Now, I've just realised that I've got the wrong banner in the background. If you're watching here on YouTube, that's from the other podcast that I do. So I better quickly change that right now.
Okay.
I'll be right there.
Still be inspired. Do be inspired.
So in a flash, just like Blue Peter. Here we go. There we are. That's it all. There we are. That's it done. There we go. As quick as that. Just like Blue Peter. You've now got the background we're supposed to have.
Is that one you prepared earlier? I don't say peekaboo to Antonio.
Yes, it's good to have you with us. I will go put on the comments.
What's that on the screen now? What is it?
That is
like having the sound up a little bit just so I can hear what they're talking about.
I'm not sure who that is, but he's got an F1 play seat, and he's got his special T-shirt on, and he's got a Thrustmaster wheel. Which is one of these. It's a special wheel, and it's like a special driven.
There's a red ball in the background. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, are you wearing your headphones? Oh, yeah, to put on your.
Me, I'm about to put them on. I thought I'd better, because then I can turn their sound on a little bit and hear what they're saying. I'm going to utilise my new special ting again. Because it was quite clear, wasn't it, last time? Just on Thursday.
Yes, it was very good on Thursday.
Had a weird delay, which I'll see if I can fix. So,
there we go.
Give me a second. I'll need to put my light on so I can see, because my eyes don't work anymore.
There we are. Yes, we had over 50 plays of all our podcasts that we've literally done on the last couple of days. Maybe because they're very, very short and people are happy to listen to me for literally 3 minutes at a time. Any more than that, maybe they get turned off. But but we did an update show about Silverstone getting 2 Grand Prix. And also I did a quick plug for Josh Martin's live stream that was on earlier today, which was really good fun, actually. It was a good race, and he's got another one coming up, I think, on Friday at Laguna Seca. So that should be quite fun as well. But I have to say, now that we've changed our live stream from YouTube to Twitch, the quality is much better. Yeah, no, that's good. I can hear you coming through there.
I was just checking because it's only the second time I've used it, so I wanted to make sure that it worked. You know.
There's a little bit of echo. A little bit of echo on my side, but yeah. But hopefully it's okay.
Let us know. You're listening to the Podbean and the other one at the same time, because remember there is a delay between them.
Possibly, that could be the thing. Let me know.
Before with Jonathan, did we not?
Yes. Welcome to Tony Tick, who has just entered the studio on Podbean Live. Let us know if you're coming through clear.
Where's Big Rick? I'm missing Big Rick. Rick, where are you?
I'm sure he'll be joining us soon. To be fair, I did share it on Facebook and I did put it out there on Podbean. So if he's around, I'm sure he'll come and join us very soon. Well, to all our listeners, to Tony, to Ant, and all the others there who are watching and listening to us, we are covering the F1 Esports Challenge Heinikin Legends Edition. So that means we've got David Coulthard and Nico Rosberg. They will be doing a number of challenges, and we'll be giving our unique sense of commentary on what exactly are they going to be doing.
Yeah, it is a bit unique, is it not?
Now, do you have any idea, Roo, as to what's going to be happening?
I think that they're going to be in some cars.
That would be a good start.
They're going to be racing something in a way. Does that help? The problem is because we've got the idiot and his friend and unknown woman, and I've not been listening to them, I've been talking to you instead, which is far more interesting, frankly. I have no idea. But it had that third fella, didn't it? The fella that we didn't recognise, but had a Red Bull in the background for some bizarre reason. So maybe it's something to do, I don't know.
Unless it wasn't Antonio Liuzzi, was it? Because he was driving last week. But
this is the challenge, remember when they did the challenge between... Oh, look, just two of them. Just the two of them.
And it's at Brazil.
There you go.
So now it's Roberto Carlos versus David Coulthard. And Roberto Carlos is in the lead. Now, interestingly enough, Coulthard has his old Red Bull livery, and Robert Carlos has his McLaren livery. And actually, Carlos is pulling away almost a second coming out of the Senna S. And now they're coming to turn 4. Now, Coulthard is a wee bit closer. Has he got the same kind of car? It looks like he's got a classic. Or maybe it is the same type. Yeah, no, it is the same type.
He's catching him up, though. He's catching him up.
Yeah, Brian. He's taking half a second out of that.
Where are we? Interlagos?
We certainly are. It's been...
there, yeah, he messed that up. Remember, DC, you're indestructible. Kill him. Just bash him off the circuit, mate. That's all you need to do.
And it's only a 3-lap race. Only a 3-lap race.
Oh, really?
So there's not much in it. So it's gone back up to about 8 tenths.
He is a footballer, Roberto Carlos.
Oh dear. He's been beaten by
73, so he's quite old. He's Brazilian, so that he's automatically got his cheating because he's on his home circuit. And he was boldy. According to this, all of his photographs are bold. As bold as a bold person that's got no hair. Bolder than you.
Yeah.
Bolder. Sorry. I should talk posh. Bolder. Bolder. Hi,
so there we have it.
Oh, he said hi. Okay.
Oh, he just went on the grass.
See, rally driving. Typical. You know why it's so fast? It's because he's used to having to run away from carjackers.
There we are. That's on the tourist board and for Brazil.
Why are we looking at that twerp? What the hell?
It must have. They've cut they were on lap 2 out of 3, and now we've gone back. It looks like they've lost the signal, or they've lost the entire.
I've just realised you can see, because normally there's an idiot on either end of that banana, and you can now see the other 2 anchors down there behind.
Yeah, so he's upstairs, and then
he's upstairs.
Yeah,
jump.
Now that's Alex Jacques, he's done quite a lot of commentating so far.
This fella, he's better than the other idiots. I've got to give him that.
Yeah,
I don't want to like him, but I probably do.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a cocky version of a B-list Hollywood superstar.
Is it Jack Nicholson who's doing, or Jack Nichols who's doing the commentary, the main
Formula E? Jack Nichols has gone to Formula E, which he normally commentates anyway. So now they've started that, he's not on this.
I see.
Because he did that yesterday, every Saturday. See, this is the other thing about the Formula E. The Formula E, stupid name, is that they have it at the same time every Saturday for 8 weeks. Boom. So you always know it's on. You don't know whether there's going to be a race or not any given weekend.
Now, Ant has asked, Silverstone, are they doing one race in different directions?
So can't do it right. We've had this conversation before. It might have actually been with you, Ant.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed to turn out.
There's a really good YouTube video by an a racing driver instructor whose name I can't remember, who does why can't they run Silverstone backwards? And it's because of the runoff areas and the direction travel of the cars. And any given corner, when they come round a corner, the runoff area opens up from that point.
Yeah,
if you go back the other way, what you've effectively got is a brick wall in the way where the car would hit. So where it comes off, the apex of the corner or in a natural progression of a slide would be a death zone. And apparently that's bad. Ask Ayrton Senna. He found out the hard way how bad that was. And that wasn't even a particularly dangerous place.
Yeah.
In the wall wasn't that close and all this kind of stuff. So, it's not going to happen. They are having 2 races, though. That's agreed. That's official now.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Same with Austria. But it's going to be on a different date. Originally, the British Grand Prix was going to be on the 19th of July. And now it's going to be the 2 races. One is the 26th of July. The other one is the 2nd of August. So that's the proposed dates for the 2.
Give them the time to prepare, rake the gravel.
Yeah. And I think in between the 2 races at Austria as well, they've got to allow time for testing as well, for coronavirus testing in between. So that's so it's quite But we'll see how it all pans out. And how it's all going to go.
Well, they've screwed this up, haven't they?
Yeah, you can see that they're really stuck trying to sort this out.
I mean, they could. Honestly, they could. Do you know? Remember on the BBC when something went wrong, they would have emergency programs. They'd slide in, so you'd get like a Wildlife on One or some half an hour thing.
Aye.
That's what they need on here.
Aye. What's quite funny is that they want more. Let's talk and more racing. They've said on the comments here on Twitch, which is quite funny.
Yeah, they're pretty sharp on here, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, there's another bit of news, by the way, that the Formula W series has also has launched an esports version of that. Now, I'm not sure when the first race is. I'll need to find out. But similarly, they asked Sophia Flush, who had that huge crash in Macau. But she didn't want to do it because she said you get into motorsport on merit, not by having your own series of women's only racing. So she didn't want to do it. They all similarly invited her, but she said no. And I think, to be fair, in some ways it's kind of fair comment. I do think it's a good idea to have, because of the structure and the way motor racing is, they do need to promote, if they're going to get women into it, they probably do need to have some form of series like W. I think W is quite good for doing that. Just has to, they have to do it on the merit as to how good the drivers are.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, Jamie Chadwick hasn't done any of the Formula One stuff at all here. And I'm surprised. I would have thought they would have invited her to do the F1 stuff because she's similarly very good at single seaters. Well, obviously she did Formula W and all that, but she's similarly very good on the sim rigs. So I'm surprised that she's not had a chance.
You don't know what else they're up to, do you? I mean, like Lewis Hamilton didn't want to do it because he says he likes real racing. Is that the real reason?
Yeah.
I wonder.
They've restarted the race. No. And this time Coulthard makes a better start, but he's still beaten by Carlos into the first corner, into the Senna S. And they come round and, he's gone quite wide there. So definitely Carlos knows that Senna S better than Coulthard here.
Really been practicing, hasn't he? Look at the big grin on his face.
And I wonder where he's doing that from, if it's from his house in Monaco or somewhere. But there you go, it's all the concentration But I quite like these Heineken challenges, to be fair. I know they've done a few of them.
Yeah, they're nice and
quite
short
fun.
and sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
They need to show all 3 laps, though. Oh, yes. He's got him. Yes. No.
Yes, he does. He's managed to
get in there. You see, this is about. I mean, this is the kind. We've had conversations about commentating style and all this kind of stuff, and there's that YouTube video I think I sent you of those people commentating on people doing normal everyday things.
Yeah.
I just heard these guys when Coulthard was about 100 yards behind saying, "Coulthard senses an opportunity," and that's the kind of commentary I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I want to actually commentate on what's on the screen.
What's actually there, isn't it?
Whip up some kind of spray can foam.
Yeah.
What you doing, DC? What a 3 laps?
Surely not. It's supposed to be 3 laps. We've only seen 1. Yeah.
That's twice we've seen. Or is it 3? What the hell's going on here? Dirty Coulthard, don't you dare say that, Mr.
I think he did touch
Excalibur. Going back to what you said about the women in the motorsport, and we've had this conversation between us. I also didn't like the idea that you're getting a free ride to a higher level of motorsport. However, 2 things happened. I listened to Lee McKenzie, who's a very sensible Scottish lady with a very nice accent. I do like her accent, but I'm biased. Well, I am. And she didn't like it either, but she did say, quite rightly, that it's such... What it's actually doing is it's giving them a platform to be shown off.
Yeah.
Because there is a bias. There is a bias.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, there's a ridiculous bias. And then there was a program, I think, showing a bunch of the people that are in Formula W and how difficult they found it to get the simplest bit of sponsorship to do anything at all.
Yeah.
One of them, I think one of the top 3, hadn't driven for over a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Unbelievable. She's a truck driver or something, and she basically has to go back to truck driving because, as good as she is as a racing driver, and she'd won, against men.
Aye.
There's no reason why she couldn't be. I mean, we know what it's like in Formula One. You get people like Lance Stroll that got billions behind him. He's a better driver than I am, but he's not. Should he be in Formula One? It's debatable, isn't it? But it's because he's got the backing and the money. Same with Maldonado, had a shed load of money behind him. Chico has got a shed load of money behind him. It's about money. It's not about.
Yeah, it pays a. Yeah. No, we'll need to find out the start dates of the Formula E. The Formula W esports race, because I think they could be quite interesting to watch. We could maybe even do commentary, because I think they'll probably be kind of family friendly times that they might do on that.
In a girl's voice. Right. Oh, I'm going to be a Scottish lady. Oh, let's go to the front. It's me, Supergran.
It's handbags at 2:00, but it's the
bazookas at dawn these days, mate.
Yeah. But
now they've got a Skywalker who's a girl with a yellow lightsaber. She's hard. I like her.
Yeah.
Are you saying anything against?
Well, it looks like I think they are trying to restart the event. The whole thing, that's twice now. We've literally done a 1.5 laps, and then we've lost the pictures or lost the race.
Shall I type in, you bunch of numpties?
It must be the
I've got a little thing on the screen.
Internet connections for me.
Click to claim a bonus on tweet and error claiming bonus. What the shit? I don't even know what the bonus was.
I think that's probably you can upgrade your Twitch to something else and see what happens.
Twitch. I don't pay anything for people to Twitch.
That's the thing. But we did have another member as well, another person coming in, which was Lumpy's Sports Show, entered the live studio. Welcome to the Car Sim and Race Driver Show. I'm not sure if he's still there at the moment, but we are watching the coverage of the Heinikin Challenges, the Formula One Heinikin Challenges. But unfortunately, F1 has not been able to show us the pictures. They were on Twitch, but now they are back into the commentary studio because we've seemed to have lost the lobby connection So unfortunately, we are waiting to see what will happen, and will they actually be able to start again? I wonder.
Name now, anyway. It's a bit of a challenge for them
to get the whole thing.
The race is a legend, but it's not reality, and it's probably because they've been drinking too much Heineken.
Oh, now they go. Third time lucky. Here we are. David Coulthard of a 3-lap race. Back in the Sao Paulo.
He's had the practice, and now he's out. He's got ahead of him from the beginning.
Yeah.
He just needed, like always, he needed some practice.
Yeah. And he's had a much better run through the Senna S. Although, to be fair, Roberto Carlos is catching him a little bit, just a few tenths behind.
Because he's got DRS or something.
He had a good run out of there. Now he's about 7 tenths behind David Coulthard as they go round turn 4, approaching turn 5, as they go up the hill, slightly off camber right-hander. And you've got to stay on the curbs there. Oh, coming into the tight right-hander again. And certainly Carlos isn't too far away. It almost went away.
I thought that this time, but no.
I wonder whether it's the people doing the video, they're choosing what pictures are coming that may be causing it to block.
Oh, the idiot directors, the ones that want to show you a flag. Because that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's bad enough when they show you a flag or someone in the crowd in a real race, because at least it's a real flag and a real person with a real reaction. This is a computerized race.
That's it. And
why?
So, coming in to complete lap 1, it's David Coulthard. Now, will the race last longer than a lap?
It'll go straight. Fastest lap. There's only been one lap. Stupid. Oh, look at that. I don't. Yes.
And now they've gone back
Done it again.
To 1. Well, surely not.
I'm going to type something in Twitch. What is wrong with these idiots?
I'll watch out for that coming through. That is something else, mind you. I mean, yeah, they are. What is wrong with it?
I can't be typing wrong again. Can't fix that now, can I? These.
I know. It's something else when the technology goes to such a rate, but that
internet connection. So it's like, well,
it must be to do with internet connection. So it's the lobby. They must be getting thrown out to the lobby. So, I don't know. I've never seen her before.
Do you know what she looks like a tennis commentator.
Yes, that is true.
Maybe she is a tennis commentator, and she's expecting someone to make a racket.
Well, it's going to be another few minutes before, if we ever get through any one of these things. I think they might just try.
I just want to read some of these out quick. There's a pink Andy something with a big crying face on it. Andy's 7.
Oh my God! Please stop talking.
Get on with it. Oh my God! Please stop talking. Okay, next race.
Yeah, they said let's get Nico Rosberg. Yeah, I do. Rosberg here on the screen are really doing their best, putting their best work to them. It's so free, so don't watch it if you don't want to. But please stop hating. Oh, someone's saying that I've got hate speech. But I mean, my goodness, we're just complaining that all the money behind F1 and they can't manage to get a lobby to work right. But so we'll have to see what's been happening. But seemingly Lando Norris is watching this and seeing what's happening. Yeah, you'd think they would be able to fix the bugs, absolutely, and you'd think they would be able to do that without any problem. But
how many weeks has gone on now?
About
8 weeks.
Yes, at least that actually.
So there are 8 weeks to find someone that knows how to operate this stuff. They still haven't found it.
Yeah. I mean, I know they've got to stream it all and put it out there, but well, I mean, it didn't even work on YouTube, so there must have been an issue. It didn't even normally it comes on YouTube quite easily, so they must have had problems putting it there. So yeah, maybe if someone's not paid their internet bill.
Can you imagine if Formula One couldn't pay? Though this, to be fair, this isn't Formula One. This is the esports people, isn't it?
Mm.
So I wonder where they've got this studio from. Do you reckon they nicked it?
Yeah, or it could be at Sky, maybe Sky Sports or somewhere out there. And
well, no Sky Sports people.
No, it might be one of their studios, isn't it? Or the F.
No, I see what you mean.
Like
in the film Triple X. Triple X 3, not 2. I got 10 minutes into that and thought, what is this? Triple X 3, where they're flying around a lot and there's bad guys.
I think it is a Sky thing because I recognise some of the the way that it's all set out. You've got them at the top, and then you've got the other ones down below. It reminded me of election night. When they have people in the studio and they're at different levels, and then they move from the different parts. And I wonder whether
that would be a great thing if Jon Snow appeared with a board in the background over there, where there's no people sat down typing, but there should be.
Yeah.
Going, and this is the fastest lap. He do all the, we could do all the stats of the race. Then God made up 3 seconds a lap on average. Stuff like that. That would be awesomely nerdy. I'd love that. Right, let's see any more of these. Talking is fine. Seriously, it's just that most of the stream is talking. People are going to be annoyed if there's one lap of race, which is less than 2 minutes compared with 5 to 10 minutes of talking. Yeah, well, get used to it. I want to put at Ross Brawn. How's it going? I don't think he's watching this, do you?
Yeah. Well, I suppose at least they'll be saying it's only on YouTube, or it was on YouTube. It's only on Twitch. It's not like it's being. Well, I don't actually know if it's being shown live on Sky Sports because they have been doing. It's not David Croft and Martin Brundle that have anything to do with it. It are these guys that are on screen just now. They're the ones that are hosting it. So they were on Sky. So, because they're the legal broadcaster for F1 in the country, so certainly from Britain. So, So I think it's probably the Sky Studios. Then it'll be the Sky Studios somewhere.
Well, the F1 official broadcaster is not just Britain, but is because when you get all the website stuff, it's all Sky footage.
Yeah.
So they're the sort of worldwide.
One of the main feeds.
Ant's got some good comments too. Sorry, Ant, I've been looking at those comments and look at yours. Super Grand. Yes, it was good, wasn't it? Oh, Super Grand. I don't know why, but when I squeak, I can do Scottish a lot easier. Seriously, I don't know why. Some days, it's like for 10 minutes, I could be really quite a good. Edinburgh's all right. That's kind of easy. You just kind of. What you do is you pretend you're Marty Pello from Wait, and you just talk like this.
That's quite good, actually.
It's not bad, is it? What you've got to do is you sound like you're permanently pissed. And you've got a warm, charmy leather on your bits, and you're just kind of like, drool a lot. Oh, look at her. Isn't she great? Isn't that great?
Well, that means that I can't make this video for kids anymore. But never mind. That's what you have to choose.
Warm, charmy leather?
I'm only joking. No, when he goes on YouTube, you have to check.
But yeah, the hammer would work.
Yes, the hammer.
I would persuade them with one. Oh, I was watching some ridiculous thing on Amazon Prime called something Quest. And it's just a Mickey take of going on Quest. Really low budget. I mean, we're talking Prisoner Cell Block H movement of stuff. But they're in a forest. Oh!
It's restarted.
See, one lap.
And now it's Rosberg and Dornberg. Oh, he's gone through and he's pushed Dornberg right off. And he's come. Oh!
Yes! It must be like old times for Nico.
Yellow flag, sector 1, Nico Rosberg.
Fantastic.
It was quite a thumping. Obviously, it didn't have damage on.
Superb.
They should have had damage on.
I didn't know Lewis was in this race.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Takuma Sato. I didn't know Takuma Sato was in this race.
Well, Maldonado.
I didn't know Grosjean was in this race.
So at least we've got ahead by quite a bit, by 9.5 seconds.
9.5 yet.
Yeah. I think
so Robert Dornbos must be the hairy guy.
Yeah.
Because that moldy guy was the other one. I don't know who he is. I need to find out who he is. Robert Dornbos. Apart from he's a kamikaze driver. Robert.
He was trying to take them off.
Dornbos. He's a racing driver from Dutchland.
Yeah, I recognise that name.
That explains a lot.
Maybe they've only set it. I wonder if they've only set it up for one race, for one lap. because it seems to cut off after one lap, even though it's supposed to be 1 and 3.
Why?
So mistook him for Lewis.
Is this coverage of some boring people talking to?
Let's talk about the 22nd race. The 1 minute of race in there, Tim.
Some boring people talking too much.
Yeah. I'm surprised. And I think maybe they've got it because it seems to cut off after the first lap.
They're doing it on purpose because they're crap.
I think though people are going to be. Maybe they're doing this so that when the Formula One actually starts again, they'll be thinking this was just a blip, or it'll be so bad that people just won't watch this anymore, and they'll be just going straight back to the real races to make it, to see what they can do.
YTS again, haven't they? No, I wouldn't insult YTS with what this is going on with this. They've got, they've got the trainees doing all this.
It's a problem because the last few races have been really good, and it's.
Rude Golf says, "Yo, this sucks."
Oh, they've started again. Well, at least it was a bit quicker. And it's go.
So I reckon. Oh, he's just trying to get across him, push him out, but he's not done it. He's hit him again, though.
This is much closer. But Rosberg has had a good exit from turn 3 of the Senna S. And now as they go down the straight towards turn 4, there's not much in it. Let's see.
He was listening to me 2 weeks ago when I said that was how to overtake when you're indestructible.
Yeah, and now he comes up.
There was no way that wasn't right. He just didn't
break. Be a big, and Rosberg's off.
He spun.
He's spun off. He tried it again, and this has allowed Robert Dornbos to head off into the lead and really to drive away.
So it's not just Max Verstappen that drives by this.
Yeah.
Netherlands. I mean, obviously, I've only got 2 to go on.
That's quite funny, actually, because he did go through.
He's giggling to himself. He's giggling.
Yeah. No, will it work for more than a lap? Have they this time reset it to make it 1 for 3?
But they're doing it over one standing lap.
Yeah, because he's suddenly slowed down.
Because he's slowed down now. So it says 1 of 3, and they do 1.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You want to do surely more than 1 lap. That's not a challenge on 1 lap. Surely that is got to be.
Listen, I'm going to disagree with this guy. It's not dirty tactics when your car is deliberately set up to be indestructible. That's all I need to say about that. If they set the car up that it wasn't, or one of them wasn't indestructible, fair enough. But the cars are set up to be indestructible. So it's like saying having tyres is cheating. Or having a more powerful engine is cheating. Well, if that's what you got, you use it, don't you? You don't go, no, I won't use that. So he went down the inside and he bounced off him.
Yeah. I know
that. He had 1 lap to finish the deal, and he was 1 down. So good on you, mate. When you said it was still close, you see, I was thinking in my head, well, it's not very close because you can't outbrake him that far. I was so wrong.
Yeah, it was some lunge. It was quite a lunge from Matt.
Yeah, because he just didn't use his brakes. And
there they go again. Now they've done it again.
He's gonna. If I was Rosberg now, I'd spear straight across and put him in a wall. Pit maneuver. Go on, do a pit.
He seems to get a good start and get into the Senna S first.
Has he got a push to pass button? Full speed down this straight. Not that I care. Rosberg's annoying. Why? They must know each other because Rosberg lives in Monaco.
He's gone wide. He's come back on the track.
Born in Monaco, wasn't he? No.
Yeah. I think possibly.
He grew up there. So this guy's got a Monegasque racing license. Robert, thingy jing jing.
Dawn
boss. Dawn. Hello.
There we go. And at the moment it's just under a second between Rosberg.
Smoking. Would you like a cake? We in the Holland, we like a cake. Want to smoke?
He's gone through that well. Oh, by the way, I tried to do this. I went on to F1 2019. Now, I don't know if there are specific settings for the race they had a couple of weeks ago, but I did a 1 minute 9.5. That was the best I could do. I reckon I could go a little bit quicker, but Jimmy Broadbent had done a 1 minute 8.9, and the record was a 1 minute 7.9. So I was about a second and a half away from. He is good. No, he is good. He is good. He won an IndyCar race, I think, last night. Yeah, that was in Interlagos. That was on standard settings, I think, or pretty much.
So did you not put it? See, what you need to do is you need to make it indestructible, so that it's like for like. Because I reckon being indestructible would probably give you an extra second, or half a second.
It was quite a hard car to handle, but no, that's it. That's the one that.
A bit snappy happy. Bit of fishtailing. Bit of rear end loose.
It was loose, and I try not to use the traction control because sometimes it does help when you come out of the corners. But the car felt like a boat. It wasn't connected. It was just going when it wanted to go. So it wasn't as good as like when you get into the lower formulas.
It was a mistake having your diff too tight. You need your diff loose to go around the corner and tight on the straights, mate. Oh my goodness! I bet you never thought I knew what I was talking about for 10 seconds. Don't get used to it.
I'll need to get you to do the setup. What was quite interesting, mind you, when I was doing the moderating for the channel there for Josh Martin, he had a chap called Will who was like his engineer, and he had come up with all of the setups. And to be fair, they were doing really well. First lap, they'd gone from 22nd on the grid to 16th. They were really, really climbing up the field, and it was quite a wet race. And they were coming out, it was like return 5 or 6, and somebody had spun off and they rejoined the race in a dangerous position, and they just caught the side of them, and that was it, pretty much over. But if he had the pace, he was very quick, and I think he could have been easily in the top 10, no problem, maybe even in the top 5. But because of Will's engineering expertise and all the setup stuff on the springs, the tires, all of that, it made a huge difference. So it really shows you that if you have the right engineer, you can really get your car working.
I knew this because I have seen the film Rush.
Of course.
And in the film Rush, of course, the only reason, according to that film, and as much as I like Richie Cunningham, and as much as I like Richie Cunningham's films, Ron Howard, as much as I like that, I would beg to differ that the only reason Niki Lauda was a 3 times world champion and nearly a couple more was because he was good at setting up a car.
Obviously, they're going to be good at driving.
Things going for him as well, like being really fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but it shows you if you have a good engineer, you can get so much more out of the car. Yeah. And the car is drivable in really terrible conditions. And that's the whole thing, because it gives them confidence to be able to brake late. And,
how many times? It's like when you're on ice and you start sliding about. You just suddenly tiptoe along, don't you? You can't help yourself. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with whether you. I don't think it's bravery when people push past that. I think it's stupidity. I've actually heard F1 drivers say that they're not brave; they're just too stupid to understand what it is. And in The Power and the Glory, the episode that's talking about driving, the right stuff.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I've sent you the link. It's all on YouTube.
Yeah. No, I used to have
I'm going to watch them all again if I can get myself sorted. I've got them all on saved. In its own little playlist. But they do actually say that you don't think about accidents. You don't, and this is why 2 examples I can give are 3 examples. Sterling Moss. Sterling Moss actually said that that he changed.
We are now at the Red Bull Ring with David Coulthard and Nico Rosberg.
Why?
There, there must be another 1 lap of 3. It's a 2-second time penalty for crashing into Nico Rosberg but he's 6.6 seconds ahead already. So I think that's going to be the over for Neil, and even David Coulthard has got the biggest smile on that. But yeah,
from misery to happiness today. He's been watching. He's been watching all the races, and he's been seeing the F1 drivers not cheat.
Yeah. So
he's decided, stuff that.
So to be fair, Nico Rosberg has just taken about half a second out of him, but he's still 5.7 seconds in.
Make sure he gets round.
Yeah.
You can tell he's not going very fast.
That was a fantastic move. It made me laugh, certainly. And coming into the start-finish straight to complete lap 1, will it carry on? David Coulthard leads by 5.4 seconds from Nico Rosberg, and it looks like, yes, we've made the second corner, or the first corner. Oh,
last time,
and then it stopped.
They did that in Interlagos. Remember, they got down the bottom of the centre and then went to these.
It just stopped. So
the pressure is on. See what happens now.
Normally, in all the other challenges, I thought there was at least 2 or 3 laps going in these. There were at least 2 or 3 laps, if not 5 laps. It's Silverstone, Lando Norris, and
no idea what they're doing.
There must be an issue with the reset or something, or some kind of. But that was quite funny.
Happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today.
I think someone's given you a look at saying before the show. It was like
didn't sleep last night.
So you slept this morning.
Well, not really. I sort of about 5, 6 in the morning. I started dropping off. I may have had about an hour, but
oh my,
when you get past that point of overtime this week, you just get a bit hyper. I'm this weird combination of sort of quiet and really loud. There's nothing in between. Besides, I like the Proclaimers. And unlike most people, I don't just think they did one record.
I
mean, come on. I used to have like three of their albums filled with hit records, Latin America, obviously 500 Miles. Gene, oh Gene, let me get lucky with you on the back of the bus with the smack and a puss. There's the Sean, my favourite one is Sean. Such simple lyrics, but the most beautiful. Back in the day when I thought my wife loved me, before she was my wife, a long time ago, I used to drive a 1.3 Talbot Solara L that was bronze. I named Paul after my little brother, up and down the M1. Listening to the Proclaimers' Sunshine on Leith album.
Yeah.
We used to sing it together, trying to do the harmonies and failing miserably because they're higher than mine.
Just to quickly note for our viewers and listeners, if you've just joined us, we are trying to commentate on the Formula One Heinikin Challenge, which involves David Coulthard and Nico Rosberg, but they're having terrible technical problems with the F1 game, and we literally get 1 lap and then it stops. It's supposed to be at least 3 laps, but all of them aren't working. So unfortunately, at the moment, it's just simply commentary from the Sky Sports presenters. So that's why you're hearing us talking about lots of different things. But we'll try and keep you entertained.
Should we try to commentate on them?
Well, similarly, there's another race between Rosberg and Coulthard at 7:10, where they'll race each other, and it will be a much longer race, I think. I saw one of the people in the chat saying that. So hopefully we'll have that.
There's 10,899 people watching this on Twitch. There was a lot more the first few weeks, weren't there?
Yeah, there was about 40,000 at the
beginning.
Yeah.
They realised it was just going to be drivel. I mean, they can't do drivel like we do. We do much better drivel. They've not said a single thing. They've not done one accent other than their own boring ones. Yeah. What is this?
Yeah. And they've got all the help and all the. I mean, look, he's got his papers there in front of him and all that stuff.
Aliens. Look how green that is. Aliens.
So let's see. Are they going to have gone across to Alex Jacks again? So what is going to happen? Are we going to finally get another race attempt? But
so we'll actually on him commentating. He's looking serious, trying to make it sound like what we're about to see is going to be really exciting and worth watching because it will last more than 10 seconds. But he's wrong.
See, it should have been.
He's been told if he sits with his arms folded, his hands loosely placed across each other, he looks serious, and people will take him seriously when they won't, because he's an idiot.
And now,
they've swapped cars.
And I went in a Ferrari. Rosberg's in a Ferrari, and
hold on a minute.
Coulthard's in his Red Bull.
Beside each other. DC was behind.
Yeah, well, they must have started on a grid start. And there they go. Now, this time. Oh!
Yes, he's having
done it again.
This is the DC I know and love. He said, "Oh, Mr. David Coulthard, you're too much of a gentleman." Is he? No. Overtaker.
He's coming back up, though. Oh, he's going to get lunged. Oh, no, I thought Rosberg was going to lunge him. Oh, and Rosberg starts skidding.
Back end went on him.
So Coulthard is still in the lead, but following very close.
His back. And it's Red Bull.
He's catching. He's Rosberg. He's weaving. David Coulthard is weaving, but Rosberg has gotten through on the inside as and he just taps him. Coulthard taps him on the other side. And there he goes. And there you are. And has caused a yellow flag.
Yeah.
And David Coulthard has done it and has won again.
Life because I'm St Andrew.
That is hilarious. That is up. Yeah, they must know it's only one lap. So there they go.
That was actually quite exciting. I enjoyed that.
Could you imagine if it had been Murray Walker commentating? He'd be standing up doing it. He would be sitting down. He'd be holding the mic, standing up. Yeah. I know that's the thing. Even at about 97, he could probably still do all these lot with his commentating.
That's a commentator on the commentators. Well, the dreamy-looking guy that's not got a girlfriend is hugging himself a bit earlier because he feels sexually threatened by the nice lady in red. And he obviously fancies her, but he's safe because he's forced to be an entire length of a desk away from her. But he keeps staring at her in all the wrong places because he's bad and he's got a big head.
You know what? There are people there who are wanting Coulthard to be disqualified. And I think they're always thinking about some
compared with Rosberg. Rosberg's raison d'etre was smashing into his teammate. Yeah. And I'm talking about from the beginning, because I remember when Mark Webber called him dangerous when they were both in Williams.
Aye. No, at least they're trying. To be fair, I think David Coulthard is really taking the mick, to be honest, which is quite funny.
When he escaped from the McLaren sterility, no smiling. When he escaped from all that, he became a new man. He was it's like the cheeky little sod that's inside came out and just flew with it. Have you seen any of the stuff he did with Guy Martin?
Oh yes, a little bit. Yeah.
Incidentally, I'd like to say, utterly stupid comparison. They get a road racer and show it up against an F1 car.
Yeah.
That's like getting a pedal car and comparing it with a motorbike. They just no. They should have had a MotoGP bike and a MotoGP rider, but never mind, eh? So, but guys all going, "Oh, it's David Coulthard, you're so famous," and he's just taking a mick out of him constantly. It's really funny.
Now they're all on their phones here. That we've got an interview with all four of them. David Coulthard with his white beard there.
Oh, what's he say? What's he saying?
You'll have to turn it up on your side.
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
He says, "Oh, I'm a bit rusty. I'm not even sure what you're meant to be doing." Yeah, right, whatever.
They call him David Crashtard. But when it's
Rosberg just says he can't talk right now. He's talking to the stewards.
Oh, somebody's there.
Is that a woman?
That's his wife.
In a bathrobe.
In a bathrobe.
And socks. And what I've got to say, it's a very nice pair of legs.
Yeah. He's saying he better get off. He's on the TV. It's hilarious. He's saying he gets brilliant. He just saying he better get.
That was better than the racing. That was.
We're quite happy for it to be there, but you might find it keeps the viewers and kind of watching a bit more. But he's like thinking, what's going on? That must be in their apartment in Monaco.
This was fantastic. He just said that Charles Leclerc last week had to contact his girlfriend, had to contact him on Twitch because he wasn't answering his phone, so he could let her into the front door.
All right. You know, the last time I looked,
people getting very excited by DC standing up with his tartan crotch.
All right.
DC's tartan crotch. Woo!
Well, the thing is, do you know that if you live in Monaco, if you want a 3-bed house in Monaco, it's 27 million euros. So they're going to have a fair bit of money. A 3-bedroom kind of like villa in Monaco is 27 million euros.
3 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms.
Oh,
so that's about 20 million pounds, isn't it?
Flat now that I don't
own. There's Jackie Stewart.
It's not moving. What's going on?
Oh, there they go.
Oh, there we go.
I wonder if they're trying to put recorded interviews into it. Poor thing. We all feel for Jackie's wife because I think she's quite ill now. She's got quite bad dementia, and I think she's in quite a poor way. So it's been a tough one.
Alzheimer's, dementia.
It's quite. Yeah.
I love Helen.
Yeah.
In a lot of
she's in the picture. She's in the picture, isn't there? There on his table there under the lamp.
What absolute stunner! Back in the day, I mean, she was probably a stunner for quite a long time. You know, it wasn't she lost beautiful woman in the 70s now because she's only 2 years younger than he is, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, they see, but 81 or 82.
They met on a blind date. Where they were not each other's dates.
All right, that's quite funny, isn't it?
Autumn, and they
gelled.
But they got them together, and that was it.
All right.
She was 16, he was 18, 19 years old. That's not bad.
She must have been, for that. I mean, really young well before his early racing career.
Those days. I mean, again, people think that women have not been in motorsports. They were absolutely essential to Formula One. They were the timekeepers.
That's it.
It was hilarious. You always had a bunch of women there, and they weren't just standing around. You know, the ones that were doing something were the ones that were actually running the show in a way.
Yeah.
I just think it's hilarious. But yeah, some of the most moving interviews I've seen. There was a DVD that came with his book.
All right.
And stuff, and I've seen there was a program called The Murder Years. Is it the Murder Years or the Danger Years or something? Formula One.
Oh right, yeah, it was. Yeah, the
documentary. And look at what DC. He's got sunglasses on.
That's very funny. I still think though that when
she missed when she starts talking about Francois Serveur.
Yeah, he was a nice man. He was supposed to be a really decent man.
Even now, even like 40 years, 50 years later, it upset her so much. It just.
Now they're showing clips of when Rosberg won his title in 2016 and in Abu Dhabi. I have to say that I'd love to go to Abu Dhabi because it's this when you start a race and it's in the sunshine and then it finishes with the nighttime. I think it must be. And I remember watching it was 2012 and the last year's the V8, so the 2013, and it's the noise and the atmosphere was electric. I know some people don't like the track, but I think it's actually quite a good track. I think it's quite an interesting track. Great for spectators.
Cars being tested there.
Yeah.
And it seems to have everything. Oh, there she is. You can see her face now.
Yeah.
We now know what the bottom half of her legs look like in socks. Bless. And it seems to hold the right mix of corners to really let you know to have a lot of fun. I think the drivers like it, don't they? They like
what happens is good chicanes and
get a good race. It's not.
It can be
a bit like to give an example, Suzuka's really well liked, isn't it? But
it's a great track.
Overtaking opportunities, there's a couple.
It doesn't always
themselves in terms of just driving along are just fun.
it has a history of some amazing races, but it doesn't have those races every year. It's quite rare that you get a good race like with Senna and Prost. They were the famous ones, but only because they took each other off, rather than actually, not because there was so many overtakes. It was because of crashes in between.
You can overtake there. You go into Spoon,
Yeah.
and this is where, okay.
That was where Alonso and Webber overtook, wasn't it? Or one of the two, wasn't it?
No, that was Eau Rouge. That was when
that's right. Yeah.
Foot in and went past Webber at the bottom of Eau Rouge. That was special. That was like big kahunas. Because if you get that wrong, there's a cliff at the top.
Yeah.
And the steering isn't involved at that point, is it? No, I'm just going to say, if it was easy to overtake on a track, and we've talked about this a lot, and I've got very set views on this, you no longer see the difference. No one would know Max was Ricciardo and Hamilton were good at overtaking because everyone would be doing it. It's the ones that can see a gap and go for it, or work out how to get the grip where the others can't, or whatever. They're the special ones. That's what, and you need something that brings that out. Otherwise, you just got 22 people that are all really good, and there's no competition. Oh, they're all in there now. So this is 1 of 5.
We're from Abu Dhabi, 1 of 5 with Dornbos, Rosberg, Carlos, and Coulthard. And it is Rosberg, Coulthard. It is, Dornbos, Rosberg, Coulthard, and Carlos. Coulthard spun off. And Carlos is taking him.
Cheating. How dare they take him off? Who took him off? Was it Rosberg?
Oh, he's hitting Rosberg.
He's going back to his old ways and bashing into people. You see, can you imagine? Oh, yes, he's definitely learned his lesson. Can you imagine, right, in real life, coming into that amphitheatre there and then powering up this thing here? It's gorgeous, isn't it? It'd be like
amazing.
Best drive out in the country.
Yeah, and they went to this big, tight chicane. It's a great chicane.
Overtake here, but also one that you can fight back on.
Yeah, and you get DRS as well along here. That's normally you get DRS there. They might not get it on the first lap, but you can see a crowd cheering. That's where I once saw it in a video, and it looked amazing with the V8 engines as they all race past. Then they go into this chicane.
One of my favourite videos of this is Chris Harris driving the P1, the McLaren P1.
And the Aston Martin, the Vulcan. You've got the Vulcan round here. Was that
I remember that one? The P1 is the one that sticks in my mind because it's one of the early Chris Harris videos I watched, and it was pre-Top Gear before he went into And the raw speed of that car is
just something else. And
it's not often you can see speed. I mean, you don't, when you're watching the real race of this, you can't tell the speed, even though they are going very, very fast. You can't tell. But on this motor, you could. The noise of the engine is whoop like that, and the sort of catapult of it, poof, going down it straight. Acceleration was just something else.
It's amazing.
I don't want to.
To be fair, Coulthard has caught up with. He's now just 2.2 seconds behind Roberto Carlos, but he's 8.5 seconds behind Robert Dornbos, who is just under 2 seconds behind, just now over 2 seconds behind Nico Rosberg. So it looks like Rosberg has got this for. He's got 5 laps, and another 4 laps to go, including this one, and then we'll see. What's it?
In that way,
I'm doing the Murray Walker version. They're right behind each other. It was like
overtaking each other, and they're both behind each other. What's it you said last week?
Yeah, they're right behind each other, wasn't it?
Ant's turned into a gypsy. What are those people that predict the future? Gypsy mystic.
Oh.
Nico will put a complaint in. There you go. My comment comes true. Nico said he was in the stewards.
Yes, that's the thing. Now, we've had another person join our studio on Podbean. Yori Chun Child Support entered the live studio.
What?
Yori Chunkle Child Support entered the live studio. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the show. And we're halfway through the race from Abu Dhabi. Oh, somebody's just gone off there. I think
Uncle Child Support.
Yes, I think it was Roberto Carlos has just gone off. So Rosberg leads by 2.8 seconds. Then it's David Coulthard in third. 12 seconds behind.
Seconds to make up in a lap and a half, is it?
No,
it's 2 laps. They've just started lap 3, haven't they?
Yeah.
So do you think he'll be able to drink an iron brew and have extra,
Well, he's actually falling away from Dornbos. So at the moment, Coulthard's going to really have to do something about it to be able to get up there in that time. But I think this was fairly ominous from the start, I think. Of course, because Coulthard had that spin, that put him off. But there you have it.
Spinning me, Coulthard, Chiroo. He should have gone off. He didn't.
And there you are. Into the left, the right, and the left again.
Go on, DC. Catch up.
And there they go. He's losing quite a bit of time. Rosberg's going pretty wide there, and they come into this lovely fast right-hander again, and it's another right, then an even tighter right. They're going to brake hard, come through. This is into the marina. They go underneath the hotel. Yeah, that's it.
I'd like to stay there. I need to save up my pennies though, because it's quite expensive.
He's right there on the side there.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, he's quite late on that side. But as they come in now to complete lap 3, and he's using all the road and a bit more, it's Nico Rosberg who leads by just over 3 seconds from Dornbos. Then it's Coulthard and then Carlos.
Were those 3 or whatever they were useless one-lappers just to set the grid for this race? Because if that's the case, what a waste of time. They might as well have flipped a coin.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Then honestly, they don't have to pay us to think for them. We can do it for free because then we'll have something to watch.
Nah.
We don't need them. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. We do need the money, but pay us 50 quid and a pint of Heinikin. Pills, the German stuff, look, the rubbish they sell in Britain. I like a pint of pills. That was nice.
All right. No, that's it. That's it then.
It's not so. It never used to be. I don't know about now. Go anywhere to find out now.
No, it's still Nico Rosberg on lap 4 with 1 lap after this one.
He's not going very fast.
No, Coulthard is definitely slowing, which is a pity because I thought he would have maybe caught up a little bit with Dornbirg, to be fair.
He gave up, didn't he? He gave up.
Oh, sector 2, there is a yellow flag. Yeah. So I'm not sure what has happened, but somebody has have they gone off? We're yet to see.
Oh, he's just having a little. I like it. Can you see on the force feedback wheel that he's bumping when he goes over the curbs?
Yeah. No, he's got a problem. Oh, he's run a bit wide there. Coming left under the hotel. You can actually get in the hotel for not that much money when it's not the Formula 1 race. And they do tours of the track, and I think there's a race school there as well, so you can get into a single seater and race around the Abu Dhabi circuit. Not sure how much that costs, but I'm sure it'd be quite exciting. There's been some YouTube videos of that.
More than I've got.
Here they are. It is Rosberg starts his 5th lap. 5th lap out of 5.
The other thing that Chris Harris did with the P1, and it was the prototype, not the prototype, but the press car. So it was it had been well used, Mm-hmm. He drove it around Abu Dhabi itself. And he's got the chief engineer next to him. So it's 2 videos or 3 videos. There's a video of him on the track, and then I think it's a good 20, 25 plus minutes of him talking to the engineer like a proper nerd. And that's when I fell in love with Chris Harris, because when he was doing this high speed stuff, quite a lot of the time he had to shut up because he was concentrating on not crashing because the thing was so fast.
He
couldn't multitask. But then there's a huge amount of time where he's talking to the engineer, talking about all the little bits and pieces they did on it, and then he drives through Abu Dhabi up and down, and he's in a 920 odd horsepower altogether. With the electric motor. And it's perfectly tractable, perfectly pleasant, sweet, comfortable, really comfortable. It goes over bumps and all this kind of stuff, no problem at all. And then he puts it on the track and he goes, bop, and this thing turns into a rocket.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? Well,
so I'd like to do all of that.
Yeah. No, that would be Rosberg has won, Dornbos is second, and it looks like Coulthard was third, and Carlos was fourth.
Oh, we didn't get to see the only saw one of them go over the. Yeah, that's good.
Now, was that the final race?
Yeah. Well, it's 7:15 now, isn't it?
So that might be
for like an hour.
Yeah.
Too much of a catch-up. He didn't try. He slowed down, you stupid specky Burke. Stop talking.
So that'll be that. Well, it looks like that might be everything, I think, that's happening from the F1 Esports Challenge Heinikin Legends series for
what
tonight.
We should do? If we could get the rights, should play the Top Gun theme anthem.
Yeah.
For the show, now.
For the proper legends.
Because I used to have the album of the film. Kenny Loggins did one called Playing with the Boys. That'll be quite good. Playing. Though, of course, it's got all these stupid overtones, isn't it? Which I'll never notice. It's just this crap film. But I like Tony Scott. Didn't like that one. I think he got a lot better later.
Yeah.
All those films that are basically the same. Rich Hall, the comedian. I love Rich Hall, the comedian, and he did this fantastic one at the Apollo, where he's talking about Tom Cruise, and this was at the time when Tom Cruise had decided that he wasn't going to look at anybody in the eyes in case they got the plot of his latest film out of him with, I don't know, alien mind control or whatever.
Goodness
so Rich Hall goes into this tirade about how, you can't guess the plot of a Tom Cruise movie. And he starts going through all the ones we know. That, like Top Gun, Days of Thunder, Rain Man, the Cocktail, all the, go through all these things. And he goes, so he's a race car driver, pretty good one too. And then he has a crisis of confidence where he can't race cars anymore. Then the love of a beautiful woman brings him back and he wins. And then he goes, then he's a fighter pilot. I did a pretty good one too. And he uses the same format every single time. And then he goes, he's the brother of an autistic guy. And a pretty good one too. And he goes, what's the next one going to be? His film about Scrabble. He says he's a Scrabble player and a pretty good one too. And then he has a crisis of consonants and only pulls out vowels.
And that's
He set this thing up for 5 minutes and you don't know where he's going, but the way he says it's funny. You're laughing at what he says and then he comes out with this. Oh, I love Rich. Right, so what's this saying? Rosberg.
Well, scoreboard, Rosberg has won by 1 point.
Rosberg,
4 points to 3. Yep.
What's a fan grid? What does that even mean? What the hell are they on about?
I really don't
Why
know.
don't they just...
I really don't know. We've got Jackie Stewart talking again and giving his review on that race, no doubt.
So there's one challenge remaining and it's time to turn up the pressure, he says. It's familiar territory.
One challenge remaining.
I think.
Well, is that not kill?
Something of the
Is that not kill or will it be Silverstone? We'll have to wait and see.
He had one thing in his mind, is to beat them both up, he said.
What Jackie Stewart said, yeah? They must both be taking the mic.
So he has got a sense of humour. That's nice to know.
I've got the course. The thing is, when you drive.
So he was the taskmaster. This is all his idea. He's not idea, but I guess that he advised on tracks and things. He's not touched any of that. Oh yeah, how to be patronising, you specky twerp. He goes, oh, so Jackie's doing what a legend. I'm like, you don't even know who he is, you silly sod. Go and shave and get some proper glasses. Oh, so annoying.
There we go.
What?
Oh, now vote for the track for our fan grid race. Circuit of the Americas, Italy.
Vote. Oh, so you've got to vote
Singapore,
for the
Canada.
track. How do you do that, you divs?
Could be Monza in the wet, Singapore dynamic, Canada in the wet, or USA in the dry.
We don't want Singapore because that's boring. America, but dry. I think, as you say, Monza in the wet.
25% race. Tracking what was chosen by viewers.
FanGrid. FanGrid, voted grid. FanGrid's a stupid name. That sounds like it's got 1,000 windmills on it.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
1 point for the top 5, 1 point for fastest lap. 2 points for a win.
It's a 25% race. So we've got to put up with this.
About 13 laps. Yeah, it's not over. It's not over. Keep with us. And they're obviously getting that ready, and they'll be ready to go. You think it wouldn't take very long?
Can we have that grid girl back on, the one that was doing these Heinikin bottles?
And
she was a very believable character. Total views, 6.2 million views.
What?
But only 10,000 people watching now. So that just shows you there's a lot more people started watching it.
Yeah.
Than
watching it now.
Watching it now.
Yeah.
Now, so you got Ben Nagel, never heard of him.
All right, Matt Gallagher.
Like
Maxim M, XMM, Mike
Piet
that's Sam Frayne. He does Seen Through Glass. Ben Nagel, LTN05.
Who's Maxine Nixon?
I'm not that sure.
Matt Gallagher. Giddy ant.
Yeah, so there's quite a few people in that one. There's 8 there. But does it have this lot as well? Does it have Coulthard and Rosberg and all the others in it too then, is it?
I think they're starting at the back of the grid. I think that was what Jackie was saying. His Scottish mixed with your Scottish, and I couldn't quite tell. But I think he said, because East and West Coast mixed and turned into... We cancelled each other out, so I didn't know.
This could be interesting. We might just wipe all the other part of our show tonight and just do the commentary for this one on our podcast. Then people might actually think we've actually been able...
What's happened?
Yeah,
there was 5 laps. Oh, there he is. He's taking his sunglasses out. You know why I put them on? I know why I put them. Because being a madman, he's a madman from Trinholm in Scotland. He was pretending it was dark because it's a night race.
Well, because he's in Monaco as well. Yeah, that's his thing, isn't it? So I think he's still in Monaco, isn't it? Because he left Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
His house got burgled a few times.
Hotels.
And because whenever he was doing commentary, people knew he was away, and they would burgle his house. So it was pretty ropey. And
should have employed a Terminator, because with that chin of his, he would look like one.
So he apologized. So he moved to Monaco.
Can you imagine a Terminator that headbutts people like a Glaswegian?
It'll be even more scary, to be fair. But this could be quite interesting then, because there's about 8 other drivers or 10 other drivers that are all kind of known for their YouTube. They're all like YouTube content creators. Did you see my content on my Facebook one? I did a joke about that one. I'm a YouTube content creator. My wife asked me to help her describe what I do as a joke, and it's not a very popular one, and it was like, but
who is she?
I think she has been on tennis, by the way. I think she has done tennis commentary.
She looks like tennis. She looks like a bit like a much younger version of Chris Evert Lloyd.
Yeah. So no,
anyone remembers who she is? Ant, do you remember who she is? You're old.
There we go.
Right, let's see what we got.
So this is going to have to be at least.
Poons. Get the Europoons out of their element. Does that mean that they've... Oh, I see. Someone's being Europeanist. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
They'd vote for Brexit.
No. But poor old Ant is gone. So we'll have to find it.
I've decided. Ant's gone?
Yep.
Why? Why has he
must have insulted him. Maybe he's gone off to try and find out who that person is.
He just got so bored.
And it was... Oh, no, he's back again. There's definitely one viewer back. It's a record night.
What's going on? Where are you?
He'll no doubt give us a comment.
But, not even there to defend yourself. That's not good. Now,
so we don't know what race.
I'm thinking of taking the European something to court, but in my local magistrate's court.
All right.
Yeah, I've decided what yet. But obviously it'll because it's my court.
You win.
But it will definitely, even though they're nothing to do with that court, right?
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I would still expect them to pay up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not the first one to think of this idea of taking, I don't know, a country to court in their country or their area, expecting the other place to pay anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit like trying to tell China what to do. It's a stupid idea.
Yeah. That's why nobody tries to. I think BMW once tried to do some kind of copyright issue.
X5. The X5.
Yeah, and it was hilarious. There was no way they were going to win that one back.
It was on a Top Gear, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
And they added next to each other. And seriously, apart from the letters on the back,
it was
like that long.
Pyong
Chong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely not a copy of the BMW X5 in any way. And even if it was, get lost. What you can do about it.
It was hilarious. And remember the cars, they had 3 cars with James Bay, Clarkson, and Hammond, and they had 3 Chinese cars. And one of them was based on an Alfa Romeo. Was it like a 159 or something? Or one, it was had an engine, the engine and the platform of a 159.
Remember. Maybe they'll bring an Alfa Sud back, but it'll be called Alfa. No, that's Italian. Oh, Alfa Sud. Is that how you say it?
I might have to edit that out, but never mind. there we go. But it was
that's rude. So, we were having a conversation about some court case that's been going on, where the EU has taken Britain to court for stuff, things. Give us your
money. The money.
No. Dare you throw such accusations against the glorious leaders?
The money, just like the Green Movement. It's all about the money. That you should see Michael Moore's new film he did on the green industry, and all the hypocrisy and the corruption in that. It's quite something. Yeah, it's quite interesting. That, but yeah. Did I not tell you the thing about the 6%? I was watching Harry's Garage. I was watching the Harry's Garage, the one that you like, and he's talking about his electric cars and all the rest of it. And he was saying that even with all this shutdown, the CO2 emissions had only gone down by roughly 6%. So
did you see about, because you see what he was saying, what I've been saying to you, isn't he? That, yes, it's a thing that's happening, but it isn't the thing people think it is.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I mean, I would guess by now you've figured out, it started.
And it's go. Oh, and 2 of them have crashed already before the start. So now it's Carlos in the lead, Coulthard in second place, Ben Nagel, and Coulthard goes through.
He's in the lead.
And they are in America, so they go to the USA. And it looks like Sam, seen through glass, is in second place, challenging.
He's got ahead. He's done a clean overtake. Oh, come on, DC.
Oh, he's lost a few bits there. He must have got out of the sink there with that.
Has he raced in
It's going very slow. Something's happened. Something's gone wrong. Or he's losing his internet, maybe. But seen through glass is in the lead.
Oh, someone came up. Something. Did you see that?
Yeah, there was a bit
in the ground. That would have been interesting if it was real.
So David Coulthard is back up. So he must have left his braking pretty late.
When he went through the S's there, he had... something's gone wrong there, mate.
He's all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. And the more people have spun all around him, and there's been all sorts of action going on, but it's seen through glass, who still leads.
What's going on over there? He got a bit excited, didn't he? And he went too fast into that corner, but he did what is known as a power slide.
Yeah.
Not a tank slapper, Mr. Coulthard. Sort yourself out.
The one woman who is in the race, Maxime XMXM, is in 4th place. So it's not far away.
Maxime.
She is in forces, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and she is.
How typical is that? It should be in black with weapons on it.
She's closing up on Ben Nagel. She's almost there. Will she try and go through? I wonder.
If she's a modern lady, the car should have a nose ring.
And that she's right behind them there. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. And Charmerduck is in 7th place.
He lives at home with his man.
2006.
Ben Nagel, look at him. He's wearing stupid gloves. Oh.
Yeah, it's quite funny that they do put them on when they're doing these. So that's it's lap 2 of 14.
Sat in a chair with silly.
Oh, one's gone really wide there.
Like that.
But, so Maxime and Ben Nagel are absolutely together. And then it is Lucas in. Here we are. I'll need to get a bit closer.
Oh, Rosberg ahead of Coulthard.
And he's trying to go back. But yes, he's managed it. So Dick Coulthard has gone right down the field. They must have serious problems somewhere. I don't know what's happened, but he's nowhere near the pace of the others. And then there goes Rosberg to make his way up the field. Now, considering he crashed at the very start, I think with either Dornbos or Carlos, it was quite an event. And that has allowed Seen Through Glass to head off, and he's now got a 2.5 second advantage. Oh, somebody's crashed there.
Oh, reversing on the track. Disqualification, black flag. Oh, do you see that? See that cutting?
That's Mike Chanel. Yeah, that's Mike Chanel.
Cheat. Typical.
And Maxime has gone up into 2nd place. So she's got past Ben. Oh,
they just picked a completely different part of tarmac that was in the next county.
Yeah, but would you believe it? Maxime is actually closing down on Sam Seen Through Glass.
Yes.
Oh, and there's a big battle there between Charmerduck and Ben Nagel. And I think Charmerduck might just have him there. Yep, it looks like he's done it. He has gone through as they head on the back straight, coming into the left chicane.
First race, I seem to remember.
Yeah, no, he's done quite a few of them. He's actually very good. Oh!
Yeah, so Ben Nagel's a cheater.
He's just gone straight into him. And now 1st and 2nd is just over 0.5 second. So we could have our first female winner if it keeps going like this.
I hope so, because that other pink blancmange is cheating.
Crashing into everything. Oh, someone's crashed. Someone's gone off.
Yeah, somebody span.
Is that Matt? Yeah, that's Matt Gallagher. Oh, and Sam has just gone off, has spun off, and that means that Maxime is in the lead. But Charmerduck is right behind her.
Yeah,
so we're getting a battle. He was 7th, literally about 2 laps to go, and he's come from 7th to 2nd.
I wonder whether he's the one that's been taking very much shortcuts. I did see that Ben Nagel,
yeah, he's up to 3rd.
Like you wouldn't believe.
That poor old Sam has gone down to 6th. Rosberg is 7th now. But he takes quite a tight line. He's got to keep tight in there. And then Maxime has gone a little bit wide.
Last corner, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely holding, but they're quite there.
But
then she gets a much better exit. Going down the hill into the sharp left-hand hairpin. Here they come.
Cheater.
He's right on it, certainly. There's not much in it. He will have DRS, I would have thought. He's well within that time scale. Can he do a move, or will Maxime go defensive? No, she's not. And he takes the lead. Charmerduck has gone into, but he's gone running very, very wide.
Very wide.
He was quite...
There's going to be a pit stop, is there?
Oh, that is something I don't know.
Maybe too short a race for pit stops. He's really come through, hasn't he? DC's just gone all the way. Something's wrong with DC.
Yeah, I think
he was all over the place in that first lap, wasn't he?
Yeah. It didn't seem like he was getting a proper run at all.
Oh, there she is. Gosh, she's ugly.
I wonder if she's one of the Formula W racers or not.
Matt XM.
I wonder that because she's keeping right up there. She's only fractions off Charmerduck, which is great. And so we've got a race in our hands here, a race in our hands indeed, as they come through the S's. You're going to get the rhythm absolutely right here, and if they're driving very close to one another, they're going to get the dirty air.
Heinikin Legends.
And you check to see who's who.
grid. Why am I saying? What do you? Have you ever noticed that when you're typing something in to a search, we say it out loud? Well, I do. And yet I refuse to use speech recognition. Work that out. Get ready, F1 Esports.
Roughly half a second. But Maxine is catching. It's really catching, actually.
It's to somebody.
Yeah, definitely. And normally Timberlake goes wide coming out of there, which allows Maxime to really catch up again. Oh, and she's right with them as they come into the tight right-hander. It's the double right, double apex. Then they come into the left-hander, which is also a double X. She's a little bit wider in there, but she's got.
She took a wide line to get the power down early, and then
just
slid.
But it's certainly we have got a race here though, and that looks like Nico Rosberg, who is certainly catching them all.
Grid. Now I love this. It's not. It's still. It tells you the race, but it still doesn't tell you who's in it, even though it's on now.
Yeah, that's
or who they are.
Yeah. There they go.
Oh, hecky thump.
Good old Sam Sindergrass, who was leading for quite some time.
He's coming to the 10th.
Maybe he ruined his tyres. Maybe he cooked his tyres for the. I don't know, but.
Mind you, he was in 7th. How come he's in 7th? What happened there? He was in the back.
Matt Gallagher's come into the pits. Oh, somebody's spun there.
Oh my giddy aunt's leg.
Oh,
did you see that?
That went right through him.
Oh.
And then David Coulthard collides with him. They take each other off. Oh, and they've gone round and Coulthard spun it round again. Oh dear, Nico and David have certainly. And there's and he spun again. Rosberg has spun.
Rear tyres have had it. Rear tyres have had it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's because of all the accidents. That's what's been going on. That in the meantime, Termerduck is roughly 1.1 seconds.
Tyres, the super softs, aren't they?
They might well be actually.
Sorry, they're not called super softs anymore. They're called softs. What used to be super softs are now softs. And yellow's the medium, which used to be soft. The white's the hard, which used to be medium.
Aye. So Rosberg is back down to 10th. The Coulthard is 11th. And Termerduck's just done the fastest lap. And there is Matt Gallagher in his bedroom.
It's not his wallpaper, it's his mum's wallpaper.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not what you normally see. That looks like he hasn't shaved for a wee while. But there we go. And he is in.
Is that Ben?
9th place. No, that's Matt Gallagher.
Matt Gallagher. I'm trying to look for where he is. Isn't he?
He's a YouTuber. He does the
Matty
the F1 channel.
WTF1.
Yeah, very big, actually, very popular.
Interesting because I used to subscribe to WTF1 on Twitter, and I got really bored with it. So seriously, I've unsubscribed from it because I was sick and tired of being bombarded by nothing. Look at that cheater in front of him, though.
No, that's it.
Shortening the course by about 100 feet. Wes Brown has entered our live studio. Thank you, Wes.
Welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
Welcome to the Car 7 Race Driver Show. We're commentating from the F1 Virtual Grand Prix. It's part of the Heinikin Challenges. And we are in the USA at Texas, at Austin. The track, which has seen Lewis win, I think, was it at least 2 world titles in the last few years. And we're roughly halfway through the race. We're lap 7 and 14. And it's a mixture of YouTubers, YouTubers and real racers. And at the moment, it's the Termerduck, which is he's an Australian chap, who's a YouTuber who's leading. Then it's Maxime MXM. Then it's Jay Pietzsmith. Then it's Lucas LPN05. Then it's Robert Dornborough in 5th. Ben Nagel in 6th. Matty, the F1 in 7th. Mike Chanel in 8th. David Coulthard 9th. Sinterglass 10th. Nico Rosberg 11th. And Roberto Carlos in 12th. So there we go. And at the moment, Termerduck is pulling away. He's now 4.4 seconds ahead. Now, what was quite interesting in the build-up to the race in the chat, they were all saying how they thought that Tiamat would win. And sure enough, he has found himself getting to the front and staying there. Oh, what's that? There's been another collision. This time between, I think it was Seen Through Glass and David Coulthard.
Yeah, Dean C is now significantly ahead of Nico Rosberg. Have I missed something?
Rosberg's had a major.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Ant's run out of cheese. You can't run out of cheese. That's like... I told him. Certain things, bacon sandwiches and cheese, foods of the gods. Foods of the gods. Foods of the gods. English.
Well, there we are. We've been going for an hour and a half. And
he would like to see Sabine on it. Sabine Schmitz.
Yes, that would be good, actually. Yeah, she would be very good.
Would, but only to let her talk. What if that was rubbish.
No, they're coming for the pit stop.
Yeah.
Both Tiamat and
can you hear that?
Maxime.
They've actually got the fake beedoo sound.
All right, when they come in the pits.
What is this? Wreck-It Ralph, and they need to have it for the real people that are alive inside the computer. Oh my.
So J. Piet Smith is in first place. Now, I don't know if he's had his pit stop or not, to be fair. It doesn't say there, but on the yellow tyre, and that is at the medium.
Schmidt.
So,
he's the one that looked really weird and pale.
Well, he's 12.7 seconds ahead of Tiamat, so we'll see what happens.
12, not much like, but a little bit.
And they've pretty much, other than that, it's then Maxime in third place, 5 seconds behind. Then Matty's up to fourth, Lucas fifth, Robert Dornbos sixth, Ben Nagel seventh, Mike Chanel in eighth, Sam in ninth, Nico Rosberg 10th.
He's now ahead of
Coulthard.
What the hell is going on here? He was 20 seconds behind him.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on there. But now here we have.
They need to show the crashes because everything else is rubbish. This is not. There's no good racing going on, so they're not showing like there has been in the past few weeks. You know, between it is Leclerc and Thingy. Albon. Yeah.
Now Piet's just got in for his pit stop, but he's also got I think there's 2 penalties. One of 5 seconds, one of 3 seconds for corner cutting. So multiple warnings as well. So yeah, it's not all over yet. Tiamat still in the lead. Maxime is in second, and J. Piet Smith is third. Matty is in fourth, but he's quite a bit behind. They've all done one stop, except David Coulthard. It says here. That
so he's not stopped yet.
No.
That explains how he got to the front.
But he was up the front quite early on, wasn't he? Then things happened. But,
no. I mean, remember when he seemed to end up ahead of Rosberg again?
Maybe. Yeah.
That would explain why. Oh, he's in the pit. He's in the pit now.
There they go.
Combination lack of sleep and boredom in this race.
Yeah, it's not quite. I think they're going to have the damage because if the damage isn't on, that if they have a big crash like that, then it's over. That's it, done. I think they would, and
I think there's a choice of 2 things: either the damage or just show the crashes. All of them. Only crashes. They should get points for crashing into each other with style. Like in there was a game I played a bit once called Carmageddon. No, what's the one I'm thinking of? There's one.
There's one called Wreckfest, which looks great.
There's one what?
Called Wreckfest, and that looks amazing.
Wreckfest. There's another one that I have watched other people playing, but I never owned it myself. Oh, Burnout.
Oh yeah, Burnout's funny with the crashes.
Where you get slow-mo replays and points for types of
big crashes.
And the music and everything. It's just really nicely thought out game, and I wanted to play it, even though I'm not a great fan of driving games without an actual driving stick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, Sam is keeping off Nico Rosberg, to be fair. Although Rosberg's just got through on the right-hander there.
Oh, back head again. Oh, he chopped across. Oh, and they've nearly stayed on the track, which is astonishing, frankly. Oh, he locked a brake. He locked an electronic brake.
Yeah, something happened and he went wide.
Laser cannons.
Lap 11.
What? There's no laser cannons? What's the point then? Down the inside. Oh, yeah.
Very late. Oh, very late lunge. And
yeah, well, didn't matter other than that he didn't win.
It certainly slowed Rosberg down there quite a bit.
Oh,
but he lost quite a few seconds there.
He lost the back end. Even from that ridiculous angle where you could only see a little bit of the front wing, you could tell he lost the back end.
Aye. So there we have it. Termoduk is nearly 10. Oh, he's a bit wide there. It's nearly 10 seconds in. He's going to get penalties if he keeps going like that, mind you.
He's not going to get a penalty. Just call him. Just have to change his name to George Russell. It'll be fine. Oh, the Ferrari's behind again. He got ahead of him again. Are they skipping things? They're skipping bits, aren't they? This is like highlights on Channel 4.
I don't know what's happened.
He lost a load of time and then suddenly he's ahead of him.
He's ahead of him again.
Oh. So
they got a penalty.
Battle on the track, which is fair enough, I suppose, even though it's right near the back.
Good helicopter shot.
Yeah. It must be very difficult to land, take off and land that helicopter in the electronic sky. As if it's in the electronic rains.
Well, that's it. See, Rosberg's quite slow off the back end of that, and that's where Sam really catches up, especially as they come on the start-finish straight. That's quite well.
It's for you.
There they go.
Just pretend that's the pit lane alarm signal for electronic pit lanes.
That's gone there.
Hashtag Team J, strange picture. What the? This is why I can't get into gaming, because all these people are in it and I have no idea what they're on about almost all of the time. Do you talk like this in private?
No.
Do you go, hashtag toilet, hashtag dinner time?
No, I don't know what's happened there.
DNR. Oh, I sound like Jeremy Clarkson now, don't I? Moaning about young people.
Now, J. Piet Smith has just gone past. Sorry, J. Piet Smith.
Well, that's not.
Has just gone past Maxime and is up into second place and is 11 seconds behind Termoduk and closing. But has only got 2 laps to go to see if he can catch him. So I don't think, unless it's a major penalty or an issue, I think it's fairly set. Basically, Termoduk does a lot of F1, huge amount of F1 racing. So I think it'll be pretty kind of fairly safe out there, knowing what he's doing, and he can afford to keep it going. Oh, now we have the still seen through glass, and Nico Rosberg having a big race. Oh, they're both. Oh,
he just lost the back end all by his own. So.
And even Rosberg struggles on that one.
Unusually, Rosberg didn't hit him, so there you go.
Yeah, that was a first.
So, how about this for one of these idiotic F1 races? The Nikos of Formula One.
Yeah.
So you get this one. You got Hulkenberg, Steven Seagal, as Nico from the film.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't think of any of the Nikos. Can you think there's any more Nikos that could have in a race? I've got a feeling there's another F1 Nico, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it might be. Not a Nico Schumacher or something. Not a
Schumacher.
There's Mick Schumacher, isn't there? And there's
Mick. Hello, Mick.
Yeah.
Australia. Mick Dundee. Right.
Now they're on their last lap as they come through. They're almost finished. Yep. And Termoduk is 10.5 seconds ahead of J. Piet Smith. Then it's Maxime, then Matty, then Lucas, and he's in a commanding position as they come through the last few corners now, and then that will be it. The race will be over, and he will have won if he stays as he is now in first place. Here they go. There's hardly any expression on his face as they're watching him now.
Chico, who's like Perez.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Nikos and Chicos. That would add one.
That would be one. That would be one there for sure.
Because I can't remember those.
I have to say they're running very, very late tonight because they were supposed to start this at 6 o'clock, weren't they? And they were late to start it. And it's been, I think because we only had one lap of all the other races, it took quite a long bit to kind of get things going. Oh, he's weaving around now.
I think I said that already. Oh, well done. Your mum will be ever so pleased. She can.
There you go.
The trophy that sat behind you.
They are.
Good boy. Then you can teach you how to shave.
So, yep. Termedic 1, J. Piet Smith in second.
Wearing a shirt. Podgy git. Yeah, take your silly hat off as well, mate. If you take it off, they might let you into a pub because you look old enough then.
And David Coulthard has finished in 11th. So there you have it.
It's pretty good. It's not bad, considering you spent most of the thing struggling to stay in a straight line.
Aye. Well, there you have it. There is the show for tonight. I don't think, as far as I can see, there was anything else.
Rosberg. So, Hugh, have you got a Hugh's hint this week?
Hugh's hint. Let me just think. Yes, buy Assetto Corsa. It's great. Great game. And there's the Assetto Corsa competition is coming out on PlayStation 4 in the summertime. And that is really good. I had a fantastic single-seater race, which was really hard, but really, really good at Brands Hatch a few nights ago. And I went from 10th to 4th. But honestly, they bash you off. They do everything, and you've got to really try your best. But it's definitely worth it. It's great fun. And definitely worth a punt if you go and get ACC or wait for a Assetto Corsa competition to come out onto PlayStation 4. But will we round it up? If you stay on the line there, Andrew, we'll round up the show for tonight if you like.
Do an idiot of the week before we go anywhere.
Okay.
Whoever came up with this format, not us, them. Because really, 3 people no one in the world cares about talking too much, and then tiny bits of racing.
Yeah, I think back to the normal format is the best way to do it.
More DC and less of them. More DC, more Jackie Stewart, possibly even more Nico and his missus, because she was nice.
That would have made it. Yes, that would have been the way to do it. But
apparently, Dean Schmidt could do the full race in a van and she'd beat a lot of them. Well, she'd be able to bash them off the circuit more effectively anyway. Right, yes, so round up. Carry on, sir.
Excellent. Well, thank you to all our listeners and viewers on whether it be on our YouTube channel or whether it be on the Podbean Live. You've been listening and watching the Car, Sim and Race Driver Show with me, Hugh Hatrick, and my co-host, Andrew Marr. It's time to finish with our last saying. Try fast.
And try not to crash repeatedly, zigging, zagging down an electronic track.
There you go.
1 hour, 43 minutes. Woo.
Yep. There we have it.
Oh. Well, that was